so people can believe me. I have dug it about a foot deep. Tape measure there. If you look there, that's between 8.5 and 9 inches, the first hole at the bottom. Second hole, 6 inches, and the first hole is 4 inches. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 3 coins and a ring. So the first coin I'm going to use is a George. Second coin I'm going to use is a silver Vicky. What year is that again? 1893. And third one's a hammered. Obviously I'm keeping them wrapped up so that I don't do any damage to them. And a silver ring. Now I've just put them in the holes just to make sure that there was no iron about, and there was actually, if you look in the side of the bank there's a bit of rust there. There was a nail here, and the AT Pro won't actually pick up the silver Vicky coin 6 inches down with the iron needle right here. Yet I'm not bigging up the Q40, and I'm not saying it's better at this moment in time, but the Q40 was actually picking up the silver coin and not the nail. So anyway, this is all about a depth test. I know a lot of people don't believe in them and whatever, all on ground conditions and stuff. And this garden of mine is an absolute nightmare because it's got tons of iron in it, so it's not that ideal. But I just thought I'd give everybody a rough idea. And yeah, so I'll get on with it. I'll get the first coin in. I'll show you me doing it and see what we can do. See you in a bit. And I'm going to put it in the 8.5 inches one. There we go. And we'll try it with the AT Pro first. So the AT is picking it up pretty easy. It is flashing about a bit and giving a bit of an irony signal, but to be honest with you, I probably struggle to dig that. Then again, that's quite two-way, so yeah, I'd dig that. But the numbers are jumping between 65 and 67. Right, let's go to the Quest Q40. That's just about picking it up. It's definitely giving a signal, but you'd probably struggle to dig that. Anyway, right. Let's try the next coin. The next one is, we've moved it up a hole, the King George, so it's between 6 and 7 inches. So we'll go to the AT Pro again. I think there's quite a bit of iron in this garden because it's still picking up a bit of iron somewhere over here, but it's still giving a nice two-way tone, 70 to 76. So turn that one off because I can't be bothered to change the frequency on this one because it seems to have a little bit of effect on it. And same again, that's picking it up as well. And that's 85, 86. Now we'll go on to the next coin, which is the silver 1 shilling Queen Vicky. We won't bother with the Georgia 4 inches because it was picking it up quite easy, so I don't think we need to do much more with that one. We're going to put the Queen Vicky in the 8.5 inches one again. In there, look. Just grab the tape measure. Eight and a half inches, look. So now we'll just pick that George up so I don't lose it. Now we go to AT Pro. There is a way of turning that the noise off the Quest when it goes like that. It's just because it's getting a bit of interference, so I'm just I'd just change the frequency normally, but I'm just doing more a depth test, so I'm not really going to bother. It's picking it up, but it's two-way tone. Yeah, it's picking it up. It's very jumpy though. It's still got a bit of iron signal. I'm still questioning whether there's iron in the air in around this area, but yeah. So that's picked that up. And now for the Quest. See, now with the Quest, I'd probably. It's struggling to picking it up, but it is picking it up. It's flashing between 50s and 89, 84, 81. So I'd probably struggle to dig it, but saying that, if there weren't any iron around, I reckon you'd get a nice enough signal to dig it. So, but then you are talking for a £350 machine against a £700 machine, so I wouldn't be expecting it to beat it, but it's still holding its own, definitely. So we'll take that out. Taking it out now. And we'll pop it in the 6 inches one. As you can see, I'm not going to keep putting the tape measure there because it's just a pain. That's the 6 inches, 8.5 inches, 6 inches, 4 inches. There we go. So, AT Pro. Sorry about the cold, guys. I've not been very well the last couple of days. Yeah, it's 73, 74, 6 inches down, Silver Vicky. Let's go to the Quest. Reading 84, 70. I still think there's some iron in this area because it's affecting the AT Pro as well, and I know the AT Pro well, and it's usually a crisp signal. So yeah, it's picked that up anyway, and that's at 6 inches. So I won't bother using 4 inches because I don't really think it makes much difference, to be honest, thinking about it. Now we'll go to the hammered coin. I think both will probably struggle to pick this up at 8 inches, to be honest, but, well, 8.5 inches. I should have done 8 inches, but it was pretty hard to do while I was digging the hole and trying to get it bang on, so it did work out 8.5 inches in the end. So, right, AT Pro. In a two-way, like I said, I reckon there's some iron somewhere floating around here. To be honest with you, it's my fault. I didn't really check the area when I was digging the hole. I just found the spot I wanted to do it in the garden. So it's got two-way. It's a bit scratchy, but yeah, it's there. So flashing between 60s and 85, and I've only got sensitivity on. I should have had sensitivity on a little bit higher, but it's there, but it's not great. But that's 8 inches. That's at 8.5 inches down, so it's not done bad on that one. Now we're at 6 inches, 8.5 inches, 6 inches, hammered. Back to the AT Pro. Yeah, pick that up. It's floating around 30, 248, it's two-tone, but it's, as you can hear, there's still a little bit of iron in the area, obviously, so it's probably going to throw both machines off a little bit. But to be honest with you, I expected the AT Pro to have a bit more advantage and have a little bit more power than the Quest, but I don't think there's much in it. See, there's iron there, obviously, because that's the signal watch. That's where it's pinpointed. If I move over here, there's obviously some iron there, and that's what's throwing them off a little bit. I'll probably attempt to find a cleaner area in the garden over the next couple of days and retry it, but it's still proving that the machine itself's pretty good, like. So let's pop it up to 4 inches. I'd expect both of them to pick this up easy enough. That's picking up 53, 54. Tell you what, I'm just going to try a mode here that I ain't used yet. It's called Quest on the Quest, and if you turn it on, hang on, if you turn it on, it makes the iron come louder on the machine when you turn it on. So basically, if you can hear that now, yeah. So there you go. So this Quest that they've got on this machine really does work. So you've got that iron there, and it's showing 50, between 45, 59. Do you know what? I actually think for the price of the machine compared to the AT Pro should be absolutely blowing it out of the water. And I know it's not exactly thrashing it or beating it in the ground, and then the AT Pro's just shown a little bit better in some areas there, but there's a difference between a £700 machine and a £369 machine. So yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to bother with a coin because I've got another test to do. I've got another thing I need to do today, which is I'm going to do a basic how-to with the Quest Q40, because I've had a few people messaging me asking me how easy it is and whatever. So I'm going to get the Quest Q40 and do a basic, like, as if I've never used a machine before, and I'm going to do it from scratch and show people pretty much how easy it is to use. And I'm going to do it in 2 waves. First wave, easy, just how to turn it on, put it in a mode and go. And the second wave, which is I'll show you how to discriminate stuff. Turn your sensitivity up and down, turn your FSN on, ground balancing. It's got a switch there where you can turn it on, and it basically automatically ground balances itself if it feels it needs to. So yeah, I'm going to get on with that anyway, and I hope everybody got a little bit of an idea from that. Alright, thanks a lot. In a bit.